Hey, good morning. How's everybody doing today? Good. Distinguished guests, family, friends, and most importantly, the Gator Medics in Class 1613. Thank you for joining us today for this graduation ceremony. I want everybody to give a round of applause to your families. Cool? So we're very thankful for that. Seated before you, the combat medics of the future. Today we're going to graduate 336 combat medics who over the past 17 weeks have undergone hundreds of hours of classroom instruction, practical tests, combat lanes, and then a culminating 12-day field training exercise. They have met and exceeded many physical and academic challenges in order to be seated before you today. Gators, before I introduce our guest speaker, I'd like to take a moment to underscore just how important you are to the Army mission. Ask any deployed warfighter who the most important person on their team is, and they will routinely say it's the combat medic. They say they're the biggest combat multiplier available to our combat mission, and you're the foundation of their competence as they take risks while conducting their missions because you know you're going to be there to take care of them. At some point in your Army career, all of you will support at least a platoon of soldier medics. What does that mean? That means each of you will be responsible for the medical readiness of 30 to 40 soldiers just under your care. Ultimately, this class will enable over 10,000 soldiers in our military to accomplish their mission without having to worry if someone is going to be there to take care of them. Gators, I know you're going to be there to take care of them. Cool? Gator Medics in Class 1613, you stand ready to take the reins from countless combat medics who have come before you. Whether you serve in a hospital or on the line, attack each and every day with a new desire to hone your skills and exceed the expectations and preserve the fighting strength of the Army. The most important point I can make with regard to the profound responsibility that is now placed upon your shoulders is this. When they are at their worst is when they need you the most. Never undermine how important your mission is to the Army. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to introduce a soldier, warrior, and a leader who graciously agreed to come and share his words of wisdom with this graduating class. Colonel David Bitterman is a native of California. He received his commission as a distinguished honor graduate from the ROTC program at UC Davis in California. He currently serves as the Chief of Staff of the United States Army Southern Regional Medical Command, Fort St. Houston, Texas. His awards and decorations include the Legion of Merit, 1 Oak Leaf Cluster, the Meritorious Service Medal, 8 Oak Leaf Clusters, the Army Commendation Medal, 5 Oak Leaf Clusters, the Joint Services Achievement Medal, the Army Achievement Medal, 2 Oak Leaf Clusters, and the Meritorious Unit Citation. Please join me in welcoming a great American and our distinguished honored guest speaker, Colonel David Bitterman.
Good morning, everyone. So I fully understand that I'm the only one between you and going home for Christmas. I get it. It was interesting listening to Colonel Sheridan talk. He was talking about staying out of trouble or recovering from trouble. And I was watching the class when that happened. And it's amazing how the heads swivel in certain directions. 323rd Army Band, you guys sound great. Brass, I was a mediocre French horn player for about 9 years to junior high school, and college. And just one phrase stuck with me: brass kicks butt. Yeah. You guys sound great. Colonel Retired Dickerson, Colonel Layton, Colonel Hurtright, Major Meacham, Colonel Nipple, Sergeant Major Johnson, Sergeant Major Jenkins, First Sergeant Balecki, family, friends, good morning. I'd like to take a moment to thank the family and friends who have come to the home of Army Medicine to see the students of Class 1613 graduate. These combat medics would not be here today without your support. I'd also like to thank the staff and faculty of the AMED Center and School who worked tirelessly to ensure these young men and women have received the absolute best medical training available. I'm honored that your commander, Captain Wyatt, asked me to be here today. I know many of you have dreamed about being a combat medic since you were a kid. Whether you make a career out of Army medicine or leverage the skills and experience you gain here in the Army in the civilian world later, I want you to know that you are carrying on a great legacy and taking on an awesome responsibility. Many of you may come from military families. My grandfather served in the U.S. Army during World War I. My father, he lied about his age during World War II. He joined the Army Air Corps. Army discovered his real age in England, sent him back on the first troop ship back to the States. He later joined the U.S. Air Force and served for 28 years before he retired. My oldest brother also served. He also retired from the United States Air Force. My little sister joined the U.S. Army, was a physical therapy tech before she got out. She's now a DA civilian working at Evans Army Community Hospital at Fort Carson, Colorado. Got another sister who works for the Army at Dugway Proving Ground. You could say that serving our nation is a family business. I hope it becomes yours too. I love the Army. I love being a soldier. I hope you will too. You know, although combat operations in Afghanistan are winding down, some of you may still deploy there. Whether you deploy or you remain in garrison, many of you will join FORCECOM units and be the medic assigned to a combat unit. You will work side by side with your soldiers, conducting sick call, monitoring their health. Your battle buddies will depend on you to take care of them when they get in trouble. You'll be the first one they depend on. Accidents and illnesses occur everywhere. During a training mission in a place like Fort Hood or in a forward operating base in Afghanistan. Most likely, you will be the first medical professional that an injured soldier sees, and you need to be ready for that challenge. Not everyone can be a combat medic, but I know that you have received the best training available in preparation for your first assignment, and you've excelled, or you wouldn't be here today. I ask that you be prepared to do your job and do the right thing at all times. Obey the lawful orders of your leadership. Respect the knowledge and experience of the physician assistants, nurses, and doctors you'll be working with. Whether or not your future plans involve advancing your medical career by returning to college and becoming a licensed provider, I know you will learn a great deal from these dedicated professionals. Bring your A game every day. Someone's life may depend on you being your best. Just as important, take care of yourself. You'll have a little bit more freedom at your next duty assignment, and with that comes personal accountability and responsibility. Conduct yourselves as the professionals that you are. Treat your fellow soldiers with respect and dignity. You need to know that you've joined millions of proud soldiers who have served, and no matter what you do or where you are, someone will be watching you. You serve as a visible representative of our Army to the public. Never, ever forget that. I encourage you to take every opportunity to excel. I hope many of you will train for and participate in the Expert Field Medical Badge testing. Since 1965, the EFMB has been awarded to U.S. Army medical personnel in recognition of exceptional competence and outstanding performance in field medicine. Look around at your leadership. You will see many of them wearing the badge. I tested for the Expert Field Medical Badge in 1986 at Fort Worth, California. Just a show of hands in the class. How many of you were born after May of 1986? Raise your hand.
Everyone over.
Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you, back then the test was hard. Seriously, 250 of us started testing, 27 won the badge. You can too. Become an expert in your field and the badge will come easy for you. In the upcoming months, you'll be learning more about the Surgeon General's performance triad: sleep, activity, and nutrition. As a combat medic, I challenge you to set the example by getting enough sleep, maintaining your physical fitness, and making healthier food choices. Maintain a healthy balance between your work, your family, and your social life. Remember, as a combat medic, other soldiers will look to you for advice. I thank all of you for your service and making the decision to become combat medics. You've all worked very hard to be here today, and I hope to see many of you again, whether you're serving at one of our excellent military treatment facilities around the world or with a combat unit. Some of you will come back here as instructors someday. Whatever your future holds, I only ask that you do your very best every day. Cool? Serving to heal, honor to serve. Thank you.